oh my god, 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 oh my god.
And what's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
One eternity later.
No! God, please, no! No!
6.5 hours later.
God, the internet was not ready for this. Eiichiro Oda, what the hell did you do to us, man? What are you doing, Odacchi? What the hell, man? The internet was not ready for this chapter. Oh my god. He's back. No, he has returned. After 800 years, he is now back in the game, dudes. He is now back, bitches. It's JoyBoy time. Oh my god, Luffy has made it, he has achieved his awakening, he is now in JoyBoy modus. Only Eiichiro Oda, I mean only Odacchi, only Eiichiro Oda is... This is typical Oda. He gives you a fire chapter, then he tops it, but then there's a break next week and he blue balls us with this. But he has us hyped, he has us on the edge. It's like shit, man. My goodness. What a way to introduce it. You let your main MC lose the fight, you let him even fucking die, and then you're like, okay, time to awaken and return as the most powerful being in the world, I guess. This is like shit, man. Odacchi always the same. He gives you answers. This is another case for him. He gives you answers, but then he doubles the questions. I read this chapter and I was like, I have so many fucking questions. Like that TFS reference. I have so many questions.
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Hey guys, we have to calm ourselves, we have to talk about a lot of shit, and I'm going straight into the ending part of this chapter because this was pure fire. It was pure like, here, take this and that. Eiichiro Oda punching us with lore and epicness at the same time. We got it all. And to celebrate this right and so we can honor it perfectly, we need to change our look a bit. I think a hat would do the trick. This looks more like it. Now we're ready to JoyBoy up. One Piece chapter 1043 is out now, and I guess my theory, what I told you last week with chapter 1042, kinda became right. Because I was one of the few guys out there, I said, maybe, hey guys, maybe, listen to me, Luffy is maybe dead. He has maybe a near-death experience. And I also talked about with some friends of mine and they were like, no way Luffy is down like that, man. He will now awaken, but he's not dead and he will come back. No, look at this. Kaido himself even states Mugiwara is dead. He couldn't sense his haki, he couldn't hear his voice. Momonosuke was even like, shit, I can't hear Luffy's voice any longer. What the hell happened to him? And remember, when Luffy fought against Kaido, our fight before now, he fell down onigashima and he was in the water, but he could still communicate with Momonosuke. So there Luffy was beaten, unconscious, but still his will, his soul, his life energy was there. He could communicate with Momonosuke, with Momo. Therefore, this time, no. This time he's not able to hear his haki, his voice. It's gone. Even Law and Kid are stating the same thing, and Kaido also stated that. He's like, hey, Mugiwara is dead. I couldn't hear his voice, I couldn't sense his energy, his haki, he's gone. And on the beginning panel we see how Kaido clubs Luffy at the beginning and he's still horrified. He's like, shit, what have I done? And that Cypher Pole Zero agent, yeah, fuck that guy. He is dead. He is now Cypher Pole Zero HP. That should be your new name, right? We need a new lead for the masked elite unit of the Cypher Pole Zero. How about Rob Lucci, right? Take the mantle, Rob. You're now the next one to go. The guy even was like, shit, I know what I've done. Kaido is even like, yeah, you know what you did, right? Now you're gonna die. And he's like, yeah, I tip my hat. I already done that. And even his partner in the castle is like, yeah bro, I feel you. Here, bye bye, we see you in the afterlife. My gut is also telling me on the other side, no, this guy may have survived and will come back and give information out to the Gorosei and the world, but I'll take it that he's fucking dead. He's down good. Back to JoyBoy and Luffy's awakening. So I said this will trigger, this Luffy near-death experience will trigger his awakening, and it seems like it is not confirmed, still not confirmed, but it seems like that is the case. It seems like that Luffy's now death, that he's now dead, was the one needed trigger for the awakening of the Gomu Gomu no Mi. This would also suggest the fact that JoyBoy 800 years ago was maybe also just a title, the very first JoyBoy title, with the very first person who was also Nika, who tried to bring the dawn back in the day, who was a D-Clan member and who had the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And maybe that person also died somehow and then awakened the true abilities of the Gomu Gomu no Mi and therefore became JoyBoy. This is one possibility. The other possibility would be, a friend of mine told me, hey, you know what, maybe in the Mugiwara or even in the Devil Fruit in the Gomu Gomu no Mi there is the soul of Sun God Mika and JoyBoy. Maybe his soul and his will was the entire time in the fruit and in the head, and now that Luffy died it awakened. I'm like, nah, that's not the case. It's mostly like with the Gomu Gomu no Mi. That's why the Gorosei did not want Luffy to awaken this ability. But it seems like they even themselves did not know that for the Gomu Gomu no Mi to awaken, you have to die. You need to be dead. If this is truly the case, no wonder this ability is so special. And I also remember a few years ago in 2016, there was a post on Reddit, and the post came from Eiichiro Oda's own crew, from his editors, and he said, for wanokuni, he said one thing. He said Luffy will activate Gear 5 and he will fight against Kaido, but he will be dead afterwards and Kaido will be still standing. This was a post made now 6 years ago, okay? But maybe now Eiichiro Oda was like, hey, you know what, I gotta change this up. I still going to kill Luffy, but I will use this as a trigger for his Gomu Gomu no Mi to awaken finally. And now, what is Zunisha saying? It's like, hey Momonosuke, I hear the drums of liberation, the drums of freedom. I can hear them, it's so nostalgic. It's like, hey, no wonder. Imagine you have a song you love to your death, but you cannot listen to that song, let's say, for 10 years, okay? And then 10 years later, you're on holiday somewhere and you're on a bar and you hear on the radio or on the screen, on television, whatever, maybe somebody has YouTube on, and you hear that song. 10 years later, you hear that song and you'll be like so nostalgic. You're like, oh my god, this gives me joy, man. Pun intended. This gives me so much joy. And the same thing with Zunisha. He's like, Momonosuke, you hear that? Those are the drums. I finally can hear them again. 800 years ago I heard them and now I'm hearing them again. And Momo's like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Even Yamato, she's confused as shit. Wait, what are you talking about, Momo? Who are you talking to? And Zunisha is stating, he is saying, he has returned. The one and only JoyBoy is back. There you go, man. Monkey D. Luffy, Monkey Dawn Luffy, the man who will bring dawn to the world with his silent smile. He has now fully become JoyBoy. He is back on track, he's back in the story. Sun God Nika, JoyBoy, fuse into it. You have Monkey D. Luffy. 800 years later, the prophecy is now fulfilled. Isn't it funny? Shanks steals the Gomu Gomu no Mi from Who's Who because the world government wanted the Gomu Gomu no Mi, because they had knowledge about it. Normally you would suggest that because the Gorosei and Imo most likely were from 800 years ago, from the Void Century, they know about everything. But what they did not know, it seems like that, at least to me, that to awaken the Gomu Gomu no Mi you have to die, and it seems like you have to be also worthy. Like for Thor's Mjolnir, you cannot wield the hammer if you are not worthy, right? So maybe fate has chosen Luffy because of that, because Luffy wants to free everything. He does not want to conquer, he wants freedom. And his biggest dream, like Library of Ohara suggested a few years ago, his biggest dream is to unite everybody on the planet and have a giant big party. That was also the same dream from Goldie Roger. That's why Luffy is carrying the will of Roger, of Ace, of JoyBoy. He is a worthy candidate to be JoyBoy, to be the next JoyBoy, to have that title. And it seems like that the Gomu Gomu no Mi only allows a user if he is worthy enough for that power and to become JoyBoy, and then it awakens. This could be one possibility. Either that, or you literally have to die for it to awaken, or the two of them together, those two reasons together. That would be insane. But Luffy has all of it. Luffy has the entire package and now he's there, he's JoyBoy. Holy shit. Once wanokuni onigashima is over, holy fuck. And meanwhile, Zoro is still wondering where the gate to hell is because he's still lost. Shit. This chapter has so much lore fuel, it's like, my god, what is happening to you, Luffy? The very last page, the panel where Luffy is there and he's smiling and the text bubble says Nika. But this can also be pronounced as Nya. So it's a meaning of grin. He's grinning. But Eiichiro Oda, I read a description that Eiichiro Oda used Nika on purpose just to smash it into our face and be like, yeah, JoyBoy is here, Luffy is Nika, everything done together, the prophecy fulfills itself. There you go. Question now. Will Luffy's appearance be different next chapter? Because Eiichiro Oda also said next time we will hear Sun God Nika's name in the story, we will actually see him. So with chapter 1044 in 2 weeks, will we see a flashback from JoyBoy Nika on how he looked back in the day, or will we see now Luffy with an entire new look, with the Sun God Nika look? Maybe his JoyBoy look will be different. Maybe he will be entirely different. This could be the case. But I would I would rather choose him to look like Luffy and that he still has his own characterisms and that he's back in the story but more powerful. I am really curious what he can do now. He has to have a huge ass power up now. At least it seems like that, right? So, is Luffy's appearance different? And will he also act differently? Is his character now different? Is this kind of a takeover because now he has the title of JoyBoy because he's worthy? Is it something like that? We're gonna see. So this is so hard to wait 2 weeks now, shit. Even Reddit blew apart and awakened. There was one first post beginning of this week on Reddit that literally went down because too much was going on. The people made a second Reddit post regarding this chapter. This chapter is that huge. Just get into that one, please. Going away from the murdering of the Cypher Pole agent, the text even declares rooftop battle, winner, Kaido of the 100 Beasts. This is Eiichiro Oda literally saying us, guys, Luffy is defeated, Kaido has won. And not only me, but a lot of different YouTubers in the community of One Piece were always on the side of Kaido winning this battle, and he won. It's now fulfilled. Kaido won the battle. It is over. And the most brutal part about this is Luffy literally is dead lying there. He has died. And then he came back. Ever since chapter 795, Kaido's introduction, I even told back in school to my friends there, I told them, guys, Kaido will most likely not be defeated by Luffy. I even back in the day had those ideas, but yeah, they called me a madman. Kaido beats Luffy down and then he splits a lot of blood. He's lying there. The Cypher Ball Zero agent gets crushed and his partner downstairs like, yeah, rest in pieces, my friend. Then it declares Kaido is the winner. Okay, we go on. Then we are in the castle. We see Kawamatsu. And Kawamatsu is just telling the entire samurai who are left, guys, get the hell out of this castle. There's no honor in dying by burning. So please, just get the hell out of here. You have to survive. You need to live on. Don't be such proud idiots. This is nothing to be proud of now. And whilst they were trying to run off, Kaido comes in there in his dragon form. He shoots a ball of breath at the ground and he's like, yo, I'm now here. Mugiwara no Luffy upstairs, he's dead. Everyone who still wants to fight, come at me. And there you go. Kaido is still like, who wants to fight? Come at me, bitches. He still takes on everybody. That's how much of a monster he is. He still has stamina and power left. He still takes on everyone. He's like, who wants to fight? Come at me. But bring out Momonosuke and he needs to say that this war is over and he surrenders. I want him to say, it's over, I surrender, then I will stop. Literally Kaido in killing spree mode again. We see reactions of everybody, okay? Even Kid and Law. Kid is like, shit man, this is a nightmare. He never believed that Luffy would have lost. That Luffy would have lost this fight. And even the Trafalgar Law, he's like, shit Mugiwara, yeah, what the hell did you do? What happened there? And he's thinking to himself, he's like, I don't have any much power left, man, I have no energy more left, I can't fight. Yeah, fuck off Law, of course you can't fight. The Beast Pirates are reacting, of course, yeah, Kaido-sama, he won. The Samurai Alliance, they're shocked, they're like, shit, Mugiwara lost? Nami comes in there. We can also see Tama. Tama is like, no, big bro, you're not dead. But then we see Nami. She's furious. She's the only one out of the crew we see who goes out and faces Kaido with not a single sweat. She is furious. She can't take it. She's the one who, it looks like she cares the most at the moment. And she's like, no, you are lying. You are lying, snake bitch ass. Luffy is not dead. He can't be dead. And Kaido's like, oh yeah, I see. You have guts, girl, but you're gonna die now. He shoots a ball of breath. In comes Marco. And Marco even before that said, yo, don't go out. It's dangerous there, Nami. But she still went out because she's a tough girl. She is... sometimes she's tough, sometimes she's brave, and sometimes she just holds ass. No, but that was pretty good, Nami. Really, you really have balls, girl. You really have balls. Marco protects her. This kinda looked like when Kizaru shoot out his Magatama no Yagami and Marco came in there with his wings and blocked it. Kaido is just stating, yeah, I will now literally put Onigashima at the flower capital. My plan will come full circle now because now I can do whatever I want. And everybody who's in my way will die. If you are in my way, you're going to die. This is just the case how it is. I'm not like Orochi, I kill you. And that big motherfucker, he's right, he will kill you, okay? He's just... And Kaido's just announcing, it's like, hey, you all will be just my slaves, okay? This is the tragedy of war. If my side wins, if I win war and you lose the war, you will all become slaves and work under me. And I don't care if you die, I will just change you out with new slaves. And I'm like, hey Kaido, what the hell did you see on Rocks days? We need that Rocks flashback, man. We need it. We need to see what Rocks did to you and to other people when they fought the wars and won the battles. Like, what happened back in the day? Why are you like this dictator, man? Kaido announces this, he shoots his attacks left and right, and then he's like, bring out Momonosuke. He needs to surrender, until then I'm not stopping. And he shoots he takes on literally everybody. Remaining Beast Pirates are going straight to Kid and Law, and they're like, hey, you took out Big Mom, but you're also near death. So don't think you can win this because we got Kaido-sama on the back and they're trying to attack them. But the crewmates from Kid and Law, they come in there, they block the attacks, they're like, don't touch our captains, bitches. And what happens then is kind of funny because Kid and Law, they stand up out of nowhere because somehow they still have stamina and energy left. And they're like, okay, we gotta fight too. And I'm like, wait a second, didn't you two announce that you're completely done for good? What the hell? This seems like pretty cap. Like back in the day when Frieza said 5 minutes left for Namek, and now you two said you have no energy left, but now you're standing and fighting. So what? Oi, hey, Trafalgar, I have still stamina left, even though Big Mom fucked us. I will fight Kaido somehow because fuck the plot. I said I was down, but I gotta go all in, man. Yeah, bro, me too. I said this was my final attack, but you know what? Fuck this. I'm still going strong because apparently I don't know even myself how much energy and stamina I've left. Let's go fight Kaido, but hey, fuck this, man. We gotta die. The samurai, some groups are trying to flee because the fire is so huge and grand and it covered them like a ring, but they cannot get out of there. So it seems like hopeless for them. There's nowhere to escape any longer. The other group is thinking, shit, Kaido is gonna kill us and then he will enslave our wives and children. It's like, yeah, this sounds pretty horrible. But hey, don't worry. JoyBoy is on the way. Momonosuke is about to surrender, but then we can see Yamato. She's holding onto his dragon mustache and she's like, no, wait, Momonosuke, you're not surrendering. I bet Kaido is also on his limit by now. He must be on his limit, right? So we gotta fight him. And Momo is just, he's like a hopeless little kid and he's like, shit, I don't know what to do. He doesn't have his courage any longer. But good thing is Yamato steps in there. She's like, hey, stop. This war carries the weight of 20 years of history of wanokuni. All the daimyos back in the day did the exact same thing you are suggesting now. They surrendered and they did nothing. So we need to do something. Don't be a coward, Momonosuke. So Luffy is not there to encourage Momo to be a tough samurai. Therefore Yamato takes the mantle and she's like, no Momo, you're not supposed to talk like that. You are a samurai, so we're gonna fight together. Momonosuke says that he wants to limit the casualties and that no one has to die any longer. I can see his way of thinking and he's still kind of a little bit childlike, but he doesn't want everyone to die. I can see his way, but Yamato again pulls him, stops him. She's like, don't you dare. This battle has so much more meaning, and if we have to do this, then we're gonna die together. She's making some pretty good points. She's like, what do you want to be, huh? You want to be a slave afterwards? You want to work for Kaido until you're exhausted and die, or until you get killed? This is not living. You have to live in freedom. Again, we have this concept of freedom that describes Luffy's way of thinking. So freedom it is. And then Momonosuke snaps out of it and he's like, shit, Yamato, you're right. And then we get this cool panel of Momo looking at Yamato and Yamato's hair in the wind, and it's like, hey, this looks epic. In the anime, I bet this will look beautiful. Wouldn't it be funny if Yamato and Momonosuke at the end of the story end up together and marry? This would be pretty funny, because they're the same age now. They both of them are 28. This could work out, and it would be kind of ironic. Oden and Kaido were the biggest enemies, and their kids marry. This would be a pretty cool ending for them. It's also pretty interesting of the different ways, because Yamato, she has lived for 20 years and she has experienced the dreadness of 20 years, but Momonosuke did not, because he was sent into the future for 20 years. And to this point with Toki's powers. So Yamato knows about the weight of wanokuni because she has been there for 20 years and she's seen everything. Momonosuke did not, and there's this contrast between them, and that's why Yamato is punching it into Momonosuke, and she's like, calm down, calm yourself, boy. You need to focus, don't surrender, we will die together in this battle. And we go to the juiciest part ever. Before that we see Kaido blasting his ball of breath left and right, because he's taking everybody, this monster, but then we go to the rooftop, we see the skull dome of Onigashima, and then we go to the rooftop, we see Luffy lying there, his eyes completely blacked out, because he most likely still, guys, he is dead. He most likely is dead there. But what happens then? You can hear a heartbeat. It seems like a heartbeat, like it's so his heart is back on. His JoyBoy aura is now finally there. His Gomu Gomu no Mi has finally awakened. His heart is beating, and then Zunisha from afar away is hearing the drums. The drums of freedom. I can't wait to hear that in the anime. The drums of liberation, the drums of freedom. And he's contacting Momo and he's like, hey Momo, I can hear them. Those drums, I've heard them 800 years ago. And now I'm hearing them again. This is so nostalgic for me. Oh my god, it is really happening. It is happening, Momo. And Yamato and Momonosuke's back, and Momo is screaming, what? Who do you hear? Who is this person? Who has returned? And Zunisha's eyes are full of lightning. It looks like they're shining or something, and then he says it, JoyBoy. And we see that panel of Luffy, how he is grinning, and his smile, and he's fading away. It looks like he's melting in or something, and steam is coming out. And then the text bubble says Nika, which is him to smile. And I'm like, shit, Mugiwara, no Luffy. Mugiwara no Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, JoyBoy, Mugiwara, Sun God Nika, the man who will bring the dawn to the world. We are fucking finally here. We are at the end game. Holy fuck. He has returned and we are not ready for it. We thought we would not be ready for it, but it had happened. Echira Oda gave us a punch in the gut. Here, you want JoyBoy? Take this lore and JoyBoy, because Luffy is now transforming into JoyBoy. This is too much. What will happen now? I am not too sure. And now it seems like everyone will try to stall Kaido, Momo, Yamato, Kid, Law, everyone who has left. Like, literally everybody. Even Momotaro theory is now coming full circle, because now we will have Yamato, Momonosuke, and Marco, Kid and Law also, all of them now. Everybody's going at Kaido. Everybody will tackle now Kaido, and everybody will be like, shit, do everything you have, but Kaido will tear everyone a new asshole. Yeah, that sounds kind of wrong. Nah. And once the situation seems like completely impossible and no way out, most likely then Luffy will make his grand entrance as JoyBoy, and then Kaido will have the shock of his life. But how Luffy will then beat him, this will be exciting as shit. Has he now new arsenal? What is his new technique? Is he now the monkey god? Is he now able to activate a gear 5? Is he still Luffy? Has he new characterisms? Is his design the same? What is going on? Can he transform into JoyBoy at will? Or, a huge question, after his JoyBoy form maybe ends at the end of the war, will Luffy fall down and is still dead after he finally freed the land of Wano from Kaido's wrath? Will he then just fall down and is he then dead? And maybe then Trafalgar Law could do the immortality surgery on Luffy and bring him back to life on the cost of his own life. Because this was also not only a theory but a Reddit leak a few years ago that Law will do this on Wanokuni and save Luffy's life. Don't know if Echiroda will go that way, and don't know if Luffy will fall down after he beats Kaido now. The fifth round against Kaido, can you imagine that? I have this Infinity War meme in my head, you know, when Rocket asks, hey, you know, this Thanos guy is the toughest dog around, and Thor is like, yeah, but he's never fought me. Yes, he has, he's never fought me twice. Apply that meme into Luffy versus Kaido, and Luffy is telling, I don't know, Chopper or Nami or Usopp, Sanji, and they're like, hey, you've never fought, you cannot beat Kaido, you know, he's never fought me. Yes, he has, and he's beat me, he's never fought me 5 times.
I mean, this Thanos we're talking about, he's the toughest there is.
Well, he's never fought me.
Yeah, he has.
He's never fought me twice.
OMG, this is crazy. A lot of questions, the questions just tripled, but holy shit, what a chapter. 100 out of 10. Million out of 10 chapter. This is hype, this is how you do it, and this is Oda's way, and there's a break next week. Fuck, my god. The man who seeks freedom, the man who is worthy because he wants to free people, he does not want to enslave. And the Gomu Gomu no Mi sees you worthy and gives you the title, the ability of JoyBoy. The Gomu Gomu no Mi awakens. There you go, new JoyBoy, Sun God, Nika, Monkey, Dawn, Luffy. There you go, Monkey D. Free everybody, you now have the power, kids. Shit man, One Piece is ending. Now it's your turn, write down in the comments about this hype chapter what you thought of it. And I mean, literally write down your theories. What do you think Luffy will do next? What he will look like? If his JoyBoy title transformation will give him new powers? How Wano will end? Just spam it down there. Gotta catch you guys next time because everything from this chapter is like too much input and so many questions.
So many questions!
Bye.
Everybody just calm down!